You're never going to guess what the president just said. If you do, you're pretty good because this is a pre-recorded video. I'm planning on uploading this when the president does say something crazy or release a ridiculous tweet. But you know it's right around the corner, isn't it? The next outlandish statement that will have the news cycle going, that late night cycle, and even the next day at work. How are we supposed to live our lives knowing that we're on the precipice of outrage? That at any moment the president could say something that would ruin your day? That's why I plan on getting pre-outraged. See, I have vacation next week. What am I going to do? Wait around and be miserable waiting for the president to say something? No. I collected a series of tweets that he may say, and I'll post them here. I can get outraged now instead of later on my vacation. But all kidding aside, in my opinion, really, the president's jokes and his insults and his general language and behavior, it really does have no place in American politics. Really, in my opinion, it really belongs in British politics. So what do I mean belongs in British politics? Well, let's take a look at American politics. Right now, the health care bill is going through, and we have a feed at Congress, and you can have a look at it.
The majority leader. One of the Senate's very first acts this Congress was to pass the legislative tools necessary to repeal Obamacare. We did so because the American people who had suffered for years under the failures of Obamacare were calling out for relief. Everyone knows about Obamacare's skyrocketing costs and its plummeting choices. Too often, however, this discussion...
I know, it's ridiculously boring. Now, let's have a look at Parliament. Now, I'm cherry picking a little, but this is vintage. It's a classic clip. It's...
Waiting for silence. The honourable gentleman is going to get silence. Produce your voice, Mr. Hill.
In case you missed it, that was an elderly woman verbally emasculating a man while he was trying to pass a bill, and the whole building erupted in laughter. Now, I want to take a look closer into how Parliament actually works. First, the opposition leader steps up to the podium. He lays out his agenda, but before he leaves, he always makes sure to insult the Prime Minister. He says something like, "you wanker," or "lout," or whatever they say in England. Then, his coalition party erupts in laughter. The Speaker of the House will say something to the effects of, "Order, order, order." You know, like he's a diner chef. Then it's the Prime Minister's turn. He takes a second to compose himself. He walks up, refutes everything the opposition leader says, and then calls him a moron, stating that he could never be the Prime Minister because of his incompetence. Then his party erupts in applause. The Speaker has the floor. MPs stand up, and the Speaker selects one of them so they can throw rotten vegetables at the Prime Minister. Now, I know it's a barbaric system, but it's much, much better than the old one they used to have. You know, the one where they would have bloody civil war for decades to determine whether the king should be a Protestant or a Catholic? Much better. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert, but I want to show you some videos. And this is going to be of former Prime Minister David Cameron. And he is a killer.
Ability, which we wouldn't have if we listened to the muttering idiot sitting opposite me. Reveal overwhelming enthusiasm for the... I said calm down. He can dish it out, but he can't take it. There we are. Oh! I tell you what's going down. His career is going down. That is what is going down. Ah! We've got a new hand gesture from the Shadow Chancellor. Yes. I would have thought. after today's briefing in the papers, the hand gesture for the Shadow Chancellor should be bye-bye.
I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to British politics, but you have to admit that was entertaining. I just wonder why Britain got rid of David Cameron. I mean, there has to be a reason. I guess we'll never know. What makes Congress so boring and Parliament so bloody exciting? I did some thinking about it, and just because we share a language and the United States rips off the UK's television shows and throws more money into it, we're culturally different. I mean, for example, take a look at UK pub culture and the United States bar culture. Totally different. I think, in general, the British are funnier people than Americans. Now take that with a grain of salt. I mean, we are better looking, more hygienic, and the bastions of freedom. So if you want to call that a tie, go ahead. That's my hypothesis, and I wanted to run an experiment. Now you remember this experiment where they took the debates between the president and Hillary Clinton and then reversed the genders, and they came up with some interesting results. So let's check this one out.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? Hands, if they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee. I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
In an uncertain world, there was only one nation that was actually mentioned by name.
China!
And that, of course, is Donald Trump's United States.
She's a world-class liar. Just look at her.
Russia, Korea,
China.
Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan,
China.
Yemen, Syria,
China?
Daesh, or none of them mentioned.
I love China.
But what is intolerable is that he has cynically raised the hopes of hundreds and thousands
Wrong.
of families.
Wrong.
You're a miserable pipsqueak of a man dog!
Don't be rude.
Finger away.
Don't be...
Order! Before we go any further, I must ask the Honourable Gentleman to withdraw the term that I think he used. I think I heard the term pipsqueak. The Honourable Gentleman must withdraw that term. It's not appropriate.
I also happen to call him a lightweight, okay, and I have said that, so I would like to take that back. He's really not that much of a lightweight.
All right, well, let me know what you thought of that. Leave the comments in below. And remember, if you're commenting on a topic you're not familiar with, be sure to use as many caps and exclamation points as possible. Thank you, I'm JT. I'll see you later.